Good afternoon, I'm Will Puckett. First at 4, voters in Elkhorn City have been having the same conversation for years. Should alcohol sales be allowed in city limits? Now they are preparing to put it to a vote. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has updates on the ongoing debate that has divided the city.
For months now, the upcoming wet dry vote in Elkhorn City has been a highly debated topic. But now people on both sides are agreeing with one thing. They're ready for the election to be over. After months of debating, vandalism, and community confrontations, Elkhorn City voters say they are ready to put this election behind them. Some people want to keep things dry, and some believe allowing alcohol sales in Elkhorn City limits could benefit the community.
People are just afraid of change. I think that's what they're afraid of, change. And we're going to have to change.
But looking back on the weeks that led them here, the yes voters and the no voters both say they just want to exercise their rights and let democracy do its job.
It's not us versus them or anything. It's just a city, and some people think that it's going to be a saving grace. But, you know, I do not.
That option will be on the ballot for Elkhorn voters next week during the general election. People on both sides are saying whatever happens, they just hope the community can get back to normal. In Pike County, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Elkhorn's polling places will be the Artist Collaborative Theater and City Hall. We will have more on this story later tonight.
And we've seen those clouds increasing throughout the day, and that's because a cold front is on its way to the mountains. We'll go ahead and take you to a few of our cameras looking into the Mountain Parkway over into Powell County, seeing those partly to mostly cloudy skies and seeing those beautiful fall-like colors as well. Looking downtown into Whitesburg, 72 degrees right now. It's a little bit on that warmer side, and we're seeing those clouds starting to increase a little bit as well. Seeing a wide range of temperatures all the way from Lexington even over to Wise. 62 in Lexington, 64 Richmond, 69 Hazard, but 72 into Wise. You can see where that cloud cover has been throughout the day, and where Harlan, Wise, our areas mainly to the east, have seen a lot more sunshine for today. You see that here on satellite and radar. Those clouds have been increasing out to the west a little bit quicker now. A lot of us getting in on that cloud cover. Now, as we head through the rest of this evening, we'll still remain into those lower 70s. Most of us. Clouds will continue to increase, and temperatures will remain into about the 60s for right around 7 o'clock and right around 10 o'clock tonight as well. That cold front moves in though tomorrow and into your Halloween. Soggy conditions arrive for Halloween, and after that, chilly temperatures return back to the mountains. I'll have all those details coming up in just a little bit.
Thank you, Paige. What a beautiful day we've had today so far. Appreciate it. Well, we now know the names of the woman killed and the man injured in a weekend Pulaski County shooting. Police say Donna Eldridge died after being shot inside a home on Old Cuba Road near Eubank. Her husband, Bobby Edgar Eldridge, was taken to UK Hospital to be treated for a gunshot wound. He remains in serious condition this afternoon. No charges have been filed at this time. Well, state police in Harlan County need the public's help tracking down a burglar. Troopers say someone forced their way into a home on Highway 38 in the Everts community. The homeowner was out of town for a couple of weeks, and when he came back, he found his gun safe and several guns stolen. Police believe the burglar broke in through the garage sometime in the early part of this month. If you have any information, contact KSP Post 10 at 606-573-3131. They were told their electricity would be cut off if they did not pay their bill. So the American Legion in Bourbon County paid up, only to learn later they had been scammed. The money they paid was money set aside to help kids at Christmas. As WYMT's Phil Pendleton tells us, the organization wants to spread the message about these scams to prevent others from falling victims.
This is all called the electricity cutoff hoax, and we're told by the Better Business Bureau that it's really pretty common. Someone knows some information about your electric bill and simply calls you and tells you that your electricity is going to be cut off if you don't use some kind of a reloadable card and pay up immediately. The finance officer at the American Legion post here in Millersburg fell for it, and soon $2,000 was gone. Randy Fisher says the caller was very convincing. He says he was told the electricity would be cut off in minutes if he didn't pay. He bought a Green Dot Money Pack card, as he was instructed to do, to pay the bill, and then learned when it was too late that it was all a scam.
That money was going to be used for Christmas for the kids. So we have 125 kids for Christmas. We feed them and give them toys and they get to sit on Santa's lap. And then we have the basket program for Thanksgiving. We give away 10 to 20 baskets, food baskets.
The Better Business Bureau says these con artists are very convincing, even having the same kind of phone greeting. But we are told by the BBB that the real utility companies will never threaten immediate cutoff. They will work with you if you're having trouble paying your bill, and they will not require you to use some kind of a reloadable card to pay your bill within minutes. In Bourbon County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
American Legion officials say they are working to raise enough money to still provide the Christmas dinner for children on December 14th. Just weeks after state and local leaders announced the reopening of the prison in Wheelwright, officials with the Floyd County Fiscal Court announced even more jobs coming to the area. Teleworks USA is bringing 300 jobs to the county. The jobs pay $12 an hour with health insurance, retirement, and paid vacation after a trial period. There will be a job fair at the Floyd County Fiscal Courtroom on November 13th from 10 a.m. until noon and from 1 p.m. until 3 p.m. 12 superintendents held a conference in London with the Kentucky Association of School Superintendents to address their 2020 legislative priorities. Some of the issues the area superintendents say need to be addressed are pension reform, purview, privatization, principal selection, and student safety. Overall, the goal of the conference was to bring attention to investing in education.
It's priceless. You'll get it, you return over and over again, and it's something that just can't be measured. You know, we love our kids. That's why we're here. We're here to champion their cause.
The superintendents say they hope everyone will vote next week, and they will work productively with whoever is elected to make sure their goals are kept a priority. A John Maxwell event called Live to Lead in the Mountains kicked off in Pikeville this morning. More than 200 people came out to learn vital leadership skills. Local businesses, schools, churches, and more were invited. Philip Haywood says if you want your community to grow, leadership should be at the roots.
And I think that's the first step in becoming a leader. It's got to start from you on the inside before you can spread that to others on the outside.
That man knows a little something about leading. The event is designed to equip attendees with new perspectives, practical tools, and key takeaways. Coach Haywood says he is happy to help bring a conference like this to the region. Well, if you cannot go see Tyler Childers perform in Pikeville this December, don't worry. He will be back with another Eastern Kentucky native at Rupp Arena and the KFC Yum Center next year. Jackson native Sturgill Simpson and Childers, a Lawrence County native, are teaming up for the A Good Lookin' Tour in 2020. The two artists will be in Lexington February 28th at 7:30 p.m. Later during the tour, Simpson and Childers will stop in Louisville on May 24th at 7 p.m. Tickets go on sale November 8th. Heading over to Wall Street on this Tuesday afternoon, the Dow closes down more than 20 points. Republicans are pushing back against Democrats' plans to hold a formal vote this week on the impeachment inquiry. The parties sparred about the testimony from the National Security Council's Director of European Affairs, Alexander Vindman. In a prepared testimony, Vindman told lawmakers he is not the whistleblower, but he did listen in on the July call when President Trump asked Ukraine's leader to investigate the Bidens. Vindman said he was concerned by the call. The grandfather of a toddler who died after falling 11 stories from a cruise ship window in Puerto Rico is now charged in her death. 18-month-old Chloe Wigan fell in July when her grandfather, Salvatore Anello, lifted her up to an open window. He is accused of negligent homicide. The family's attorney says Anello thought it was closed and that Royal Caribbean has not given them the opportunity to view surveillance video of the incident. Royal Caribbean told CBS this was a tragic accident.
Every 88 minutes in the U.S., a pedestrian is killed in a traffic accident. I'm Mark Liverman with a look at the technology that can stop a deadly crash.
And those rain chances increase tomorrow and continue into your Halloween. We'll break down that soggy forecast coming up.